Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Create Your Own Reality podcast, where we share stories and practical tips to help you level up your mindset, reconnect with your purpose, and boost your confidence. If this is your first time listening to the show, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're able to take something from this episode to turn your day from good to great. Let's get into it. Acknowledging the good that you have in your life is a foundation for all abundance. If you're not familiar already, that quote is from Eckhart Tolle, and he was an amazing spiritual teacher amongst other things. But I just really resonated with this quote when I first heard it and when I first saw it as well. I think it very much falls under the bucket of affirmations and gratitude as well, which are two of my favorite things at the end of the day. So, abundance, right? If you really want to have abundance in your life, you have to have an abundance mindset. Of course, it's not going to start out as the most amazing abundance mindset you've ever had, because that's unrealistic, especially if that's not a mindset that you've had before, if it's not something that you're used to. It's just not going to happen overnight for that mindset shift to happen. In order to get to that point of having that really abundant mindset, we need to start from the beginning, or essentially where you are right now. So when you're thinking about your mindset that you currently have in terms of the goals that you have, the accomplishments you want to achieve, the dreams that you want to accomplish, do those things seem realistic to you in this very moment? If it's a no, that's okay. If it's a yes, that's incredible as well. Both of those mindsets and both of those ideas are okay to have right now. The most important part is remembering that those thoughts can change. The quote starts with the idea of acknowledgement. So we really want to acknowledge what we have in this present moment to then move us forward into the abundance we are looking for. So take a second to really acknowledge, again, where you are in this present moment. Whether that is the farthest away from your goal, from your dream life that you could possibly be, or somewhere in the middle along that journey on your road to success. Both those places are perfectly acceptable because everybody is on a different part of their journey. And again, that in itself is something to really acknowledge, to really be present and aware of. Every single person is not going to have the same exact journey. So if you listen to a whole bunch of different podcasts, if you read a lot of books, if you have a bunch of different, experiences and stories from other successful people, that's incredible. Because you have all of these different ideas of pathways to success. Now, the other important thing to realize is that not every single thing that helped every other person is going to work exactly the same way for you. For example, people that may have grown up in a family that has a little bit more money will definitely be able to accomplish things generally a lot faster than most other people. Right? So if you didn't grow up in a position that was similar to them, you can't compare yourself to that similar person at this stage in your growth journey. However, if you find a role model or find somebody who has achieved the success that you're looking to also achieve, and their background, their beginnings are very similar to yours, it would definitely be more beneficial for you to follow in their footsteps to really help you get to that point of success that you're looking to accomplish. But both of those things come back to really figuring out where you are right now. Are you at step 1 or are you at step 5? Finding that role model or that mentor that can really help you from where you are right now to get you to that ultimate point of success for you can really, really do wonders. Now, I know mentors is a completely different subject, but I really do want to mention the importance of mentors along your growth journey. Now, I think when people think mentors, they immediately jump to having to pay somebody a whole bunch of money to help them achieve the results that they're looking for, right? Whether that be in a program or a group program or consulting, whatever that looks like. Now, while of course that absolutely is a pathway that you can take, may give you a little bit more direct communication with that person, definitely not attainable for every single person, right? And I will acknowledge that as well, because that is something that I've been struggling with trying to figure out over the past couple months. However, if you really are big on podcasts and reading, and you don't really have those finances to be able to invest in yourself completely right now, I think those two things are a really great place to start. Doing a little bit of research, really finding out about the backgrounds and the beginnings of the authors from the books that you want to read, or from the hosts of the podcast that you want to listen to, can really help determine if those are the right resources for you to invest in and learn from moving forward. Now, both of those paths, again, come back to acknowledging where you are right now. Whether you have the finances to invest in a bigger program that may help move you a little bit faster, or starting from those bare bones of just books and podcasts to help build your own path moving forward. Neither one of those are better than the other. I really want to take a second to mention that and to make you realize that as well. While they're both great paths to go down, neither one is better than the other. Again, it's just really about timing ultimately. If, of course, you find a mentor who has been through something themselves, is coaching you a little bit more directly one-on-one, generally you're going to reach those results a lot faster. However, that still comes down to you and your work ethic. If you're not putting in the work of what they're actually telling you to do or what you need to do in order to accomplish those results, then you're not going to get those results, right? However, if you really truly take the advice that they're giving you, really applying that to your everyday life, to your business, to the project that you're working on, whatever it may be, of course, you're going to see that growth a lot faster. But if we go back to the other side of things, there's so much value that is shared in self-help books, in business books, in self-development, both in podcasts as well. Now, what I have done in the past before that I'm still on the teeter-totter of right now trying to fix is just giving myself too many resources, right? Listening to such a huge variety of podcast hosts and reading a huge variety and selection of books from multiple different authors, it gives you way too many point of views, way too many perspectives, which if, maybe you're keen on trying to figure out a couple different avenues as to what you can go down, that may be helpful in the beginning. But once you're really trying to set that foundation for yourself and grow from there, you really need to find one or two people that have, similar ideas and growth patterns to really help move you forward. By following either one of those paths, depending on where you are right now, really being diligent about taking those steps forward every single day, that will move you closer to that abundance that you're looking for. But again, it really starts with that acknowledgement in your own self. If you're not acknowledging where you are at this present moment, it's going to be really challenging for you to take that next step forward. Because I don't know about you, but I know I've experienced it for myself, is I've just been really neglectful of where I am currently, and also what those next steps are that I need to make moving forward to help get me closer to my goals. If you can in any way escape that neglectfulness, escape that avoidance mindset, I don't want to say mindset, but just that avoidance phase of your growth journey, I would definitely recommend that. You will grow a lot faster. You'll get to those goals a lot faster as well. But it really does all come down to awareness of self and acknowledging where you are in this present moment to then get to that abundance. I know I just threw a lot of information out at you right now, but take the time to maybe listen to this episode again. We'll put a little bit of those main key points down in the show notes to help break it down a little bit further. But at the end of the day, it really just comes down to this simple path. It is 1, acknowledging where you are and what you have in this present moment. And that can go one of 2 ways. 1, you have the finances to invest in a mentor to help work with them to get you to that point of success. Or 2, you don't have those finances at this very moment. Instead, you need to work from a little bit more free resources or resources that are on the lower investment side, such as books, or maybe even lower cost programs, right? Finding the people, whether that be podcast hosts, authors, or even, people that have made really low investment courses that resonate with you in 2 things. 1, a similar background, similar starting point that you can actually learn from them and follow through the same way that they did. And 2, making sure that that person is also aligned with the goals that you want to achieve. Because if you're somebody who's trying to build, a clothing store, retail store, empire like that, maybe like Nike or, Adidas, something like that, you don't want to be learning from somebody who has spent more time investing in a photography business or growing a podcast. While some of those business foundations in the beginning may be pretty similar, the pathway to their growth, of course, is going to be very, very different. So taking all of those things into consideration in the present moment that you're in will really help move you into that abundance. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked this episode, please be sure to leave a review and share it with a friend. Comment down below to share your takeaways with others and join the email list from the link in the show notes. Until next time, stay motivated, be inspired, and don't forget to encourage others.